Hey guys, Dave Kimbrough here with the Kimbrough team at Remax 4000. It is November the 8th. Can you believe it's already November? So the first part of November must mean I have updated market stats for the month of October, and that's exactly what I have. Hot off the press. So if you love numbers, I want to dig a little deeper into these numbers, take a look. There's a link right below this video, and you can go in there and dig around to your heart's content. Overall, the market performance wasn't amazing, certainly didn't knock our socks off as an overall whole, but there's always good stuff to report. First, Broncos, last time I checked, they've won two in a row. That means the second coming must not be far behind. I think Peyton Manning was here, it seems like, last time we won two in a row. The Avalanche are in full swing, 10 or 11 games in, and they look like contenders again, and that's awesome. I think they got the best core in hockey, so if you haven't watched them, I suggest you do so. We're right in the middle of hunting season. I know that's a big time of year around here, and I've heard a lot of success stories from people big game hunting, so that's always exciting and more good news. And lastly, we're only a couple of weeks away from Thanksgiving week, which happens to be my favorite week of the year. The only problem is I usually gain about 5 pounds that week of the year, but still my favorite. Good real estate news. Real estate prices are holding steady. And that's because supply and demand are somewhat in balance. I mean, supply and demand, that's the name of the game. And as long as that's in balance, we're likely to see prices hold. Interest rates have dropped about a half a point over the last week or so, so every little bit helps. So see, there's more good stuff. Also, although the number of sales were down about 30% year over year in the month of October, there were 170 units sold in October. The Kimbrough team was part of nearly 10% of those sales, and that's pretty amazing considering our team is only a fraction of the 1,000 area real estate agents. Just goes to show hard work pays off. And two, at the Kimbrough team, we're creating ways to find new homes for our buyers and help our sellers get their property sold. So that was pretty exciting, to be honest. Not so good news. Interest rates are still being stubborn. Like I said, we got a little help, but they're still holding in the mid to upper sevens, and we could use a little more help than that. So stubborn interest rates are holding back buyers. Inventory is still low. We've talked about that month over month over month, but for the last 6 months, we've seen inventory grow. Again, balance of buyers and sellers is what's keeping things steady. But that continued trend of increasing inventory is certainly something I'm watching regularly, because again, the more inventory you've got, if we don't have an increase in buyers, we're going to start to have an imbalance. So I want to keep an eye on that. Days on market has increased 10% month over month, September to October. That's not atypical. And it's up to an average of 78 days. Now, while it sounds higher and you're like, oh my gosh, 78 days, that's 2.5 months. It's certainly a lot higher than it was during COVID, but really kind of everything was crazy during COVID. But this is much more in line with what we saw when we had traditional marketing times, 2019 and before, especially for this time of the year. Ultimately, I've come around to thinking we've got a lot to be thankful for here. And at the Kimbrough team, we're very thankful to be living and working in Western Colorado, and I think most of you are as well. Again, if you know anybody who's buying or selling, we'd love to help them achieve their goals. We're going to take great care of them. I promise you that. And I just want to take a second to thank everybody who's referred their friends and family members year over year. The majority of our business is done from past clients and referrals, and we thank you for that. That certainly is a big part of our business, and it doesn't go unnoticed, so thanks. And thanks for taking the time. We'll see you next month. I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving, enjoy your time with friends and family. And next time I see you, we'll be getting eerily close to Christmas. Anyway, have an amazing November.